Hey there, welcome to Something About Tabletop. This is going to be Cutting the Head Off the Snake. This is a continuation run to a couple of runs. I'll put those links in below. It's kind of following a little bit of a story about a cult leader just simply known as Juliette, and recently found out her cult of Asmodeus, the one of the seven lords of hell, the one of lust. Anyway, so we're just going to be going from my left to right, and just you guys tell us about yourself and your characters if you want, or whatever. Plug anything if you want to plug anything. All right, we'll start with Chris.
Hi. So I'm playing Lily. She's a mage, slender gal with her hair in a ponytail and a tattoo on one half of her face. Nothing to plug.
Alrighty, Dennis.
Hello, I'm Dennis. Playing my new character Spider, who is a elf rigger. As you may remember, or hearing for the first time, he had an accident where he lost his legs, and he moves around in a wheelchair, which he has modified to be a walker, with what appears to be metal spider legs. And he's fond of sending his ocular drones and insect-looking things out to scout out for him.
Alright, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm playing Roadblock, a orc street samurai, who used to be in a Go-Ganger gang and is now moved out of Japan, to go and work for Felix, who got him out of jail.
Alrighty, Justin.
Yeah, hi, I'm Justin, playing Draken. He's a gunslinger adept who's a washed-up athlete, turned drug addict, turned Shadowrun.
Alright, Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm playing Cal, who is out of money and desperate, looking for just a quick fix.
Yes, Cal apparently is getting even more addicted to drugs because Mike decided he wanted to. That's fine.
Of course! He's
Okay,
been
Draken
taking
and
them
him can hang
every
out
session.
together.
Sure. Alrighty, so you guys have been contacted by your fixers, whatever you may have on your contacts, who is acting as your fixer. And basically, you've been told about that this is like an assassination run, taking out some she-witch who's been causing some trouble around Seattle. Your fixers reference on the news recently, a few people have been coming up, pretty much, well, sacrificed, pentagrams on their head, stuff like that. The most recent one was actually a famous politician that was actually like heavily wanted for a lot of crimes that he did when trying to gain power. Either way, you've been told to head out to an old talismonger shop on the edge of downtown. Someone's got their mic open, and I can hear myself. That's Jacob or Chris. Alrighty, so yeah, you guys have the location of the place for the meet to talk to the Johnson, who's going to be paying you guys for this. I'm pretty much, if you guys have any precautions that you want to take, whatever. Seeing as it's on the edge of downtown, carrying around a live assault rifle is probably a real bad idea, so it'd be best to stick to pistols and stuff like that if you're not going to be, say now.
No, Draken's gonna stick to his pistols.
Yeah, anything concealable, because generally, if you're just walking around on the streets downtown with assault rifles and shit, you're just going to get arrested. Any obvious armor and stuff like that, so. I mean, Dennis's character always gets a little bit of trouble due to his spider legs, but... Alrighty. Anyway,
That makes it a good hiding place for my concealable pistol, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you can also mount an Ares Alpha on that, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, you guys will rock up to this small talismonger shop. It looks like a very, like from the outside itself, you know, this is a pretty, you know, it's not a particularly busy part of downtown. There's several other small shops kind of thing. It's like that kind of district, lots of small shops lining from both sides of the road kind of thing, and it's like still very old, and like looks like the wood that it's made of is almost like well worn and stuff like that. Like this building's been here for quite some time. But you guys, if you want, can describe yourselves as you arrive. Describe your characters if you want. So we'll start with Chris.
So Lily walks into the shop and she, kind of scopes it out and and she just kind of wanders in and kind of hangs back and checks it out and investigates.
Alrighty. If you want, I'll describe the shop to itself if you're actually entering in straight away. So basically this shop, as soon as you enter, your nostrils fill with strange smells and sights. Various different magical paraphernalia line the walls. Baskets with strange herbs, dusts, and things that you can't even comprehend. Except for actually Lily can, because she's a mage, and she knows that this is like very shamanic. And you do see a man kind of at the counter who's kind of walks over as you enter as the bell rings, and he looks like an incredibly old Indian man. Though he's not wearing a headdress or anything like that, he's dressed completely normally. But he has, very sunken wrinkles and stuff like that, and a very concerned look in his face. All right, Dennis.
So a large van pulls up, the window's black. Instead of the front doors opening, the side door opens. Spider comes skittering out on his mechanical legs. He glances around and then makes his way inside.
All right. Jacob.
So Roadblock kind of drives up in his Harley and revs it a little bit as he gets there, making a bit of noise. He's in his combat armor, his combat biking armor, as he strolls up and parks his Harley just outside the store and looks it over once or twice and just grunts in approval and walks in and just chills at the door.
Alrighty. And next we have Justin.
Yeah, Drake and Mill show up, probably taking a bus or a taxi because he's too broke to afford a car. So he goes into the shop. He's wearing a vintage side devoir suit. It's probably twice as old as he is. He's an elf. He's pretty good looking, except for the fact that it's clear that he used to play in some kind of major sport because the entire left side of his face is pretty marred up from scars. But he enters the shop and he just starts to, glance around, seeing if he can pick up anything with his sensing ability.
All right. With your sensing ability, I mean, just basically, you normally would roll for this, but pretty much this area is definitely attuned to shamanic magic. So when trying to use anything but shamanic magic, you're at a negative, and everything around you is more or less reagents. There are a few foci kind of laying around the place. Well, they're not laying around, they're under lock and key because foci is expensive. But yeah, other than that, this just seems to be your average talismonger shop. A little bit on the traditional side, but most shamanic shops are. Alright, Mike.
I gotta ask, is there a parking spot right out front of the door?
Probably not, seeing as everyone else is booked up, but yeah.
Then I am going to try to drive in fast, like spin the car and just park beside someone's car and then roll out of the car.
What, you completely wasted or something like that?
Completely hammered and high on Nova Coke.
Sure. And you enter on inside. The pungent smell of a drug addict enters your nostrils, everybody. As everyone kind of enters and you're kind of mulling around the shop, as soon as finally everyone, comes in, the guy that was at the the front desk of the store, kind of clears his throat, and without a word, just simply beckons you all with a hand, and then he walks kind of through a door behind the counter.
Can I make a sports check to see if I recognize Draken from any trids or anything that might have seen?
Yeah, sure, if you want. Tell me hits, and then Justin, tell me if your character's actually famous.
1 hit.
You might recognize him from some old Urban Brawl posters. Probably wouldn't know him, exactly who he is, but you might get that sense of this guy looks familiar.
Alrighty. So I'm assuming you guys are going to follow the old man round back.
I'm going to stumble and follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I'm the last one to go in. I don't really trust these guys, and want to make sure I can cover my back.
Sure. You guys enter round back, and round back it seems to be like this place is his home. There seems to be some kind of kitchen, and there's a staircase nearby that must be leading up to his bedroom or something like that. And there are a mirage of chairs that seem to be put there, and he kind of sweeps his hand. Looking around at all of you, his piercing eyes definitely seem to be judging you, whether for better or worse, you don't know. And his eyes stop at Kalren's and a bit of concern. And he comes up to him and his hands out like this as he looks at him. Hands.
No, I'm okay, sir.
You need to concentrate. You can't concentrate right now.
I just look at him funny, like, is this guy high?
He looks at you and says, "You are high. I do not want anyone working for me that, well, fucked, as you people like to say."
I'll be okay. It's still morning.
He reaches out and grasps your wrist, and you feel a sensation as if, like, the chemicals in your body or something, like, it just is being pulled away. You're now sober.
Detox.
Oh.
And he lets go and he says, "Sorry for doing that, but if you're going to be working for me, I want you to be working sober, or at least sober enough. Drunken, fucked on, who knows what, is not what I'm going to accept." At this point, he sits down and he says, "Sorry for that." And he tells everyone to sit down, asks if anyone would like some tea or some water.
Roadblock's just gonna
Super
kind of
job.
Roadblock's gonna kind of stand in the corner and won't take a seat, but kind of look glaringly across the room.
Mm-hmm.
Lily gives him a respectful nod and says she would enjoy a cup of tea.
He pours, a tea that was prepared earlier. It's very good. This guy knows what he's doing. Also, Lily, because your character's actually shamanic, she feels like very attuned here. It feels really good. You definitely feel your magic is a lot better here. You can just feel it. The mana flows easier here for you.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So, at this point, he says, "All right, so down to business. Now, whether or not you have been watching the news, but there have been some recent sacrifices. Strange cult activities, people going missing. I know a few of, well, actually, only one of you have been on some runs that have been butting heads with this particular group. Now, finally, I want to cut off the head of the snake. I want to kill Juliette, the person that is behind this all. Now, from the last mission, from what I understand, I actually help with this a little bit too." Points towards Dennis's character. They were creating a giant pentagram with various different sacrifices around the city. They were able to complete their objective, but Dennis's team and a few of his friends and such were able to kill off the right hand. And nonetheless, it did hurt them, but Juliette has been acting more hastily. I've been watching her in the astral and talking to my contacts on the streets. Either way, her plan is coming to fruition soon. Sadly, I only got this information recently, and it's tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Basically, in the center of the giant pentagram that she has drawn with sacrifices throughout the city, it centers on a town hall in Bellevue that's going to be used for a birthday celebration ball type thing for rich folk, corpers, all that kind of stuff. The security is going to be pretty high. But Juliette's on the guest list, and some of her people are working on the security team. Now, I suspect that they're going to be making this their large sacrifice there, killing everyone that isn't their people in the ball. To do what? I assume it's trying to summon a greater spirit of some kind. And seeing as the magical division, the Night and Magical Division, isn't doing much about her apart from preliminary investigations at the moment, they're not going to get to her in time. So I've taken it under my wing to kill her. Now I'm going to be helping you as much as I can. The payment is going to be 10,000 each. Now, for such a high-value target, I know that it's quite a bit. So for such a high-value target, that's not a lot. But the point is I don't actually have that much money. But I am willing to give you all a favor afterwards for doing this. Of course, upon completion. At this point, he says, any questions?
Yeah. Do we know like security layout? Or does Draken's going to ask him if he knows like the security layout of when she's supposed to arrive, like as far as the entrances.
I was able to get my hands on the guest list, and that's about it. That's where you come in.
All right.
You have to try to get as much information as you can.
Does since Draken hasn't been with the group before, he's gonna inquire to them if any of them actually know what she looks like.
Dennis's character does. She looks basically red hair, and from what he's seen in the footage, nothing is particularly amazing about her. Red hair is the only thing that sticks out. She's a human.
Would I still have copies of that footage?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, I'm assuming you would have kept it, so yeah, you would have it. You can send them all it. Basically, the footage is her teaching people how to do demonic rituals and how to do particularly horrible spells, mind control, agony, that kind of stuff. The actual clips are. All right, any other questions?
Do we get to bring our guns? And how many guns can we bring?
He says you can try to bring as many guns as you want into the ball itself. You just have to kill her. I don't care if you get some collateral damage. I mean, it's inevitable on it. Bring what you think is wise. If you want to know my opinion, how you should take her out, as quietly as possible. Sniper, something like that. Poison her if you can. There'll be food there. People have to eat.
How are we going to get into the ball?
We could kidnap her.
Kidnap her when she's coming in. The ball itself, sadly, I wasn't able. I tried to get a few tickets, but I wasn't able. If you, do you guys actually have a deck? I don't think you do you?
No.
Well, you can't hack your way in. So sneaking in, pretending to be staff, that kind of thing is probably the only way to go for you guys to get in.
You can find out what the catering company is.
Some kind of catering jacket on, I'll blend right in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we only need to sneak one person in. If we can get Cal in to convince her to follow him somewhere, we could ambush her. But it would rely on him being sober for the entire time.
Yeah. Feels weird being like this.
That weird feeling that you have is peace of mind and body.
No, it's fear, but that's okay.
I could cast invisibility on somebody and sneak them in that way.
Yeah, that would certainly help them get through the nooks and crannies, but
We could shoot her with lasers.
Well, I'm imagining if this is a ball with a lot of corks, then there's probably going to be some security, and
oh yeah. He says security is
and
going
if there's
to
a
be
yeah, and if there's knight errant, high response.
I'm not too worried about night errant.
Will there be money to be able to steal there? Because I'm feeling like some kind of hostage situation, like break-in and guns blazing, terrorist kind of style.
No.
If you wanted to act as terrorists, he says go ahead.
So
Eco-terrorists?
nobody in the
Blame
actual
on
building
Amazons.
itself is important.
What do you mean by important?
Like, not able to, not a target.
Juliette is the only target, but in terms of important, there are many rich people, millionaires, billionaires, that kind of thing.
Sorry,
I think the point is there anybody in there if we kill them that you won't pay us for?
Yeah.
I don't care.
So we could just level the entire city block and it's done.
If you do that, that's something that you put on yourselves. You will ultimately be killed eventually for a heinous crime like that.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm wondering the extent of our options.
I mean, if you level that entire place to try to kill her, you might accidentally complete the sacrifice for her. So blowing up the entire ball hall probably isn't a wise idea.
Okay.
Do we have a floor plan or anything for the location?
He says, I mean, you can get easy access to the place online. It's a hall that you can hire out. Basically, it's a pretty average hall. It's got the front part, where everyone comes in, and that's where you deal with tickets and seating and stuff, and then everyone goes into the main hall, and there's kitchens kind of around the side and stuff like that. If you're asking for specifics, tell me what you want to know, and I'll tell you if it's there or not, and where it might be, and where it might be.
Sewer access?
Sewer access?
Yeah, I'm just thinking generalities.
But I mean, sorry, what was that, Chris?
No, I was just thinking in general that might be helpful. Figure out where.
Yeah. Basically, if you guys need to know anything, like where roughly something is, you can find that out pretty easily. It's not hard.
Great.
So is there like a service entrance, and if there is, what kind of security is there on it?
I don't know. That's your job.
I think we actually have to physically
scout the
scout
place.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
he knows.
we'll need
He
to
can tell
scout
you
it.
where a map is. He can point it at you, but apart from that,
All right. Well, I see no other reason to be here, so I'm gonna kind of just ask if there's anything else that we need to know, and then just leave.
from what I know, or what I can think of right now, no. He gives you guys his com code details and stuff. If you need any help, just call me. He'll be willing to help with pretty much anything.
Awesome. So Roadblock just takes the com code and then walks straight out the door and hops on his Harley, and waits for the others to get outside.
All right.
Yeah,
My car's in the middle of the street. I'm gonna into my car.
You head out to your car ends, and right now there are several police vehicles nearby and a towing truck.
Yeah. Shit.
And they're
I'm
right
just.
now reclaiming the vehicle.
Is
Yeah,
there like
I'm gonna walk up and say, hey, that's not necessary. I was just inside for a second.
No, it was more than a second. It was like 10 minutes. We're going to have to reclaim the vehicle, and they just say to call the station. We'll get it like in contact with the impound lot, and then you can get your vehicle back.
at this roadblock just like laughs out loud.
1 second.
Karen, there's not much you can do here because if you
Yeah,
actually
no.
head to the police station, you'll get arrested because your car is licensed to nobody. Because you don't exist.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, let's call my bike.
Alrighty then.
Which would, oh god, where are we again?
You're in downtown.
Or Sal.
Oh yeah, so mine's 5 minutes away. That's fine.
Yeah.
Lily gives the
Draken's
shopkeeper a
gonna.
nod and walks outside to join the others.
Sure.
Since the only other person in the room left is Spider, Draken's going to inquire if it's his van that's sitting out there.
Yes, that is my vehicle.
Well, it's a pretty good vehicle compared to the rest of those bikes out there. It'd be good for a stakeout. It's not until tomorrow night, so if you're wanting to stake out, we could snatch up some caterers or security people. Gain some easier access to the building.
Unfortunately, my van is already full.
All right.
Yeah,
So I'll figure out another way.
he's got several drones packed in there, so it's
Well, he's a pretty big spider. I imagine Spider's pretty big, considering this.
Yeah, he's really big.
Yeah. So. Not surprised that him and all his drones take up all that drone. So Draken will just head outside, not really saying much to the shaman since, Draken's an adept and he doesn't care much for, real magic-y people.
All right.
yeah. Spider will depart the room, but he'll wait for, even though he doesn't have any particular reason to, just because of his appearance, he'll wait for the police up front to leave before he exits.
Sure.
Saves a lot of questions.
So once everybody's outside Roadblock takes a big sign and says, "All right, meat buddies. So I got a big van tonight. I got nothing on unless my roommate's kind of busy, but he's never busy. So I got a van. Let's stake this place out tonight. Find out all we can before we go in there guns blazing or whatever the plan is."
Sounds good to me.
I'm just gonna see if there's any group access.
Yep. And, well, you can kind of do that from the ground, or you can try to sneak in there. It's up to you, man.
Well, I can check out the roof. I can send.
Oh, yeah, he could definitely check out.
Yeah.
Well, either way, you guys got to head round there. You guys are going to head into two. So, Roadblock's going to get his vans, and I'm guessing everyone else is going to be in his van.
Yeah, so when I leave on my Harley to go and get my van, I kind of look at Spider and go, nice legs, by the way, and then drive off, screeching down the road at speeds that aren't exactly legal.
You know there were cops nearby.
Oh yeah, but I've already got a criminal sin, so I mean, if I get arrested, I'm still gone, so I'll still drive away at speeds that aren't legal. I'm a biker, it's what I do. Might even
That's
pop
fair.
a wheelie or something.
Spider gets into his van, being careful to follow all the vehicle traffic laws, making his way towards the location to wait for the others to arrive.
Okie dokie. Okay, so just to speed it up, and because I don't want to screw up the entire mission, I'm not going to arrest you for speeding. I'm going to be honest, man. Speeding and committing more laws when you're in a criminal sin is the last thing you want to do. That gets you more arrested. Either way, you guys rock up to the place. Whether or not Roadblock had to do a little bit of a chase away from the cops is one thing. But yeah, I'm guessing he basically got his van, picked all you guys up, and then met in front of or nearby the hall where it's being held.
Yeah, I would park some distance away. I wouldn't like pull up right out in front.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd probably park a fair bit away as well and tell everybody to just get out.
Go up and pretty much wait to see if he can spot like Roadblock or the giant Spider-Man, since they're definitely the two most distinct people that were there.
Yeah, at this stage, when Roadblock gets out, he kind of like puts his hand on his AK-97, thinks about taking it, and then just like shakes his head and then shuts the door and waits outside to see what everybody else is planning to do. His the stealth part isn't really his forte.
Cal's.
Is Cal still struggling with the sobriety?
So Cal's actually going to show up. His suit's actually pressed properly instead of wearing like normal shirt. So he's actually in a suit now instead of a shirt, and he's going to show up looking completely sober, but a little jittery.
I don't know, Karen. Let's roll an addiction check. Make a logic plus willpower check, and tell me how. And
Yep.
we'll see how sober he actually is.
Oh no, I had already planned for him to be drunk.
No, we'll
No,
see
not
how
drunk.
far.
Yeah, no. So logic plus which?
Willpower.
How does 0 hit sound?
Cal rocks up, completely fucked.
Okay, so he's on Novicoke, Zen, Bliss, and actually, sorry, let me go over my drug list. He's done all the drugs, okay?
Cocktail a whole bunch of drugs. He can barely, stand as he rolls out of his car.
Again.
So yeah, Roadblock kind of sees this and walks up and is like, "Nice man," and just fist bumps him if he can manage to make a fist.
Yes. Going to accept that, and then I'm going to offer you drugs.
I kind of look at it and
Draken's
go,
just going to point at him and be like, what does this guy bring to the group? Like, he's shown up twice, completely floored.
I'm just going to kind of look at the drugs and go, "Nah, man, more for you," and push them back.
Everything goes into the pocket, because, he's already fucked. He can't take any more right now. He'll die.
Alright guys, so what do you want to do? How do you want to scout out this place? Where are you guys going to be? What is the plan?
Well, when the others arrive, instead of Ghost getting out his vehicle, the back will open up, and he'll send out some of his drones. In this circumstance, he'll use one of the large ones, the Dalmatian, which is a one that, VTOL, to go check out the roof, to fly above the building, and then a couple of the smaller roto drones to kind of scan around the building and whatnot.
Yeah.
If we have any
Roger.
indication where in the building the banquet hall is, I want to check that out from the outside to see if there's like any windows access or whatnot.
Yeah.
So Roadblock never actually seeing drones before, or if he did, they would be in such poor quality that it'd be just like shocking to look at. Seeing these drones kind of fly up, just like stares in awe, and then just looks at Spider and just like gives a huge smile, like, cool.
Guys, let's just blow a hole. Oh.
That seems like
Roadblock.
a horrible idea.
Roadblock also smiles at this plan, and then noticing that nobody else is smiling, frowns.
Does it look like there's an event going on at the hall right now?
No. So right now, the hall itself is rather large. Obviously, it's a huge hall. There is no event right now, but you can see various different vans and things right now kind of going in and out. The main hall lights don't seem to be on, but the place seems to be busy in some way, obviously preparing for the thing that's going to be going on tomorrow. It's going to be quite large after all. But did you want to make a perception check, Dennis, for your drones there? Electronic warfare, by the way. Because you'll be doing it. I mean, if your drones are better at it, then they do it. I mean, it's up to you.
Okay, so let's. 5 hits.
Alright, with 5 hits checking out the place, there is indeed access, like, there's huge access to the hall itself. There's, like, massive, like, roof, like, windows and stuff, ceiling windows and stuff, heaps of them, kind of running in 2 long lines across the main hall. The hall is really easy to see where it is, that's not difficult. But you can actually see that there's various other roof access to the rest of the building. There's even a helicopter pad on top of this place. And it seems the roof access would lead to like the kitchens and the storage areas and stuff like that. You can also see that there's obvious storage bays and stuff where right now people are busily working at the moment, bringing in all the food and all the stuff that's going to be necessary to organize the party. But yeah, in terms of that right now, there doesn't seem to be heaps of physical security. You can see that there are cameras and stuff like that. You can even see them obviously tracking your drones as well, like kind of watching you. They're like 360 roof cameras. There's cameras on the fences. There's a fence around this place. I mean, the security... Sorry, go on, Dennis.
I was going to say, yeah, I definitely want to... I'm recording this footage, by the way, and I definitely want to take note, pausing on each location of where the cameras are, so that we'll have that information for later.
Yeah.
We need it.
There's pretty much 360 degree at any one time. They can see any one point, but obviously there are some blind spots depending on where the camera's pointing. So it's basically a matter of looking at where the camera is, and if you want to stealth, then moving, you know, that kind of thing. It is possible to stealth. You can definitely tell that, but you know, it may be.
You would have to take measures to not be seen.
Yeah, which means a stealth check.
Roadblock wants to scan the like the buildings around it. Are there any that seem either less than occupied or have like a fire escape access or something like that?
The buildings nearby are like just seem to be normal regular buildings. They're not active right now, but it's nighttime. Most buildings seem to have relatively easy access to the roof. There isn't. This area itself is fairly low. Bellevue's kind of like a suburban, like super suburbia, basically. And a lot of the buildings aren't like massive high-rise apartments. They're more low suburbia kind of thing. But top-notch, you know, that kind of stuff. Like there's actually like grass here and trees, but it's probably fake.
All right, so Roadblock's gonna turn to the group and said, "I'm going up there to the closest building and gets to the top of the nearest building and uses his vision magnification and his cybernetic eyes to kind of look through the windows of the building if there are any. If not, he just kind of scans.
Well, you're gonna need to make a stealth check, man.
Anything?
Because you got to stealth up there. Because if you're moving in there are cameras on every single building everywhere. You have to stealth and move out of the way of the line of sight of the cameras and stuff like that. Also, there are people working in that area.
I get one hit.
So all the buildings have cameras on them? All around?
Pretty much, yeah. You can stealth around, but you need to be good at it. But pretty much, Jacob, as soon as you get close to the buildings, The people that are generally working on the main hall itself easily spot you, and one guy's watching you at the moment. You can see.
So yeah, as soon as I see someone kind of notice me, I just kind of stop walking towards like the roof access and just walk towards down further the street and just whistle along the way, pretending that not to be conspicuous at all.
Yep. So, Justin, you were saying something?
Yeah. Draken was going to follow Roadblock, but try to race him up there, since the one thing that Draken actually excels at is running and gymnastics and stealth. So,
well, if you wanted to make
I
it
got
well, you can, yeah.
Yeah, I had 6 hits on my.
All right, so I mean, you wouldn't be running. You'd be running a certain place, but you wouldn't. Yeah, you know what I mean. But you're actually able to easily stealth. You're trying to get just to a building nearby to get on the roof too. Is that what you're doing, or?
Same one as Roadblock is heading to, the closest building adjoining the hall.
So you're easily able to get at a building, finding the fire escape. You're able to climb up, and being mindful of the various different cameras and stuff like that. Not moving when you need to. You're easily able to get up there. Actually, you guys will lose him.
Seeing Draken like start going up there and noticing that my attempt completely failed, I kind of look at him and in like half respect and half jealousy that I can't do that too.
Alrighty.
And then I guess I'm going to use, once I'm up there, I'm going to use my, put on my glasses that have thermal and eye magnification and see if there's any access directly into the building from the top.
Sure. Well, Dennis has already seen that. There indeed is. But you guys wanted to look inside the actual windows and stuff, wasn't it? Or
like help judge like how far the distance with my image link between that building and the adjoining building.
There is no way you could jump that if that's what you're looking for.
Well, no, not jumping, but I do have a grapple gun. So.
Yeah, you could definitely grapple hook there. You definitely want to wait until at least there's no one around or the ball is already up, or otherwise you're easily going to be able to be heard. Seen is a matter of stealth, but you can easily make that. That's not a problem.
Cool.
So
that's pretty much all he's gonna do right now.
Yeah, so Roadblock kind of comes to Draken and says, see anything interesting up there?
It's like I could definitely use it as either an escape or as a way to get in. Because I'm going to imagine that the security in this building is going to be far less than the security in that building. So we could use this as our point of entry or our point of escape.
Well, the security right now is not even that high. You do see a few like general security guards, but they're just right now around where all the people are working, around the storage areas. But there's none. But you're going to pretty much there's going to be a lot more tomorrow night, like way more. With this many rich people.
That's what Draken is worried about. He doesn't want to die. He values his life, so he wants to know that he can get out of this.
So Spider will send the footage that he obtains to the others, and then he's going to get on comm to try to get a hold of Lily. I'm not sure if she has a comm or not, but if she does, I assume I'd have that information.
Definitely. Lily, do you pick up? Chris?
Yeah, I believe she does.
Alright, so you're going to talk to Dennis?
Yes.
Lily, do you have a way to check to see if there's any kind of magical detection or defenses?
Indeed you do, Chris. You can do some astral projection, and you can actually scout out the actual building.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Because I think I got us covered on the outside, but if you can get in and look around or let us know what we might be facing magically when we enter.
You got it.
All right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Chris, you can basically go sleepy bum eyes and project your spirit to be able to scout out the place.
Okay.
Astral realm. All right, so as you do that, I want you to make an sensing check, which is an intuition plus your ascension ranks. I'll double check what the total of that is for you. Lily, a sensing. It's 10 dice.
Okay. Uh,
What was that, Chris? Sorry?
3 hits.
All right. With 3 hits scouting out this place, immediately you notice something. This area here seems to be heavily attuned to dark magic. That place in particular, as if so, and there's a lot of latent magic there as well. You also see pretty much these strange ley lines in the astral that have been drawn here from 5 points far in the distance, making this easily, like quite noticeably, the center of some kind of, well, pentagon, pentagram. You also see around the place strange dark spirits floating around, as if culminating in this like focal point of evil dark magic. Also kind of flying around near that area, making sure not to get too close to the strange dark spirits. Some of the staff that are right now helping loading and stuff like that are magically attuned, having some magic. More than you would assume from a normal, like, general staff, that is for sure. Inside the building itself, the building right now seems relatively empty, apart from a few bodies. Just because you can kind of fly through walls and stuff like that. Basically, everyone seems to be centered around in the storage bay area in the kitchens, and there are a few people moving around doing general work, it seems, inside the building. Lily, is there anything you explicitly want to do while you're here?
Yeah, does it look like would I be able to tell if it looks like there's something being prepared specifically for Juliette?
Well, you
Like a
can't
ritual
see any
being
strong
set
magical
up?
signatures like Juliette at the moment, but by God, this is the center of a powerful ritual.
Okay. Is there any way for anything I can disable while I'm, or that I can determine if I'm able to disable anything, or
No. These ley lines
no?
have been created through bloodshed. There's nothing you can do about them. If you were a dark magic magician, you could pull from the power in this area, but you're not. Ultimately, the only way to really disable this is probably killing Juliette and her team. There are some magical staff there now that you think are a part of Juliette's crew and her gang, but yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I would want to pay attention to their appearance so that I can describe them to the team.
Well, because you're in the astral, they don't actually have a face. So
Okay.
you
They're just
you
kind of okay.
you'd know who they are if you saw them again and you checked in astral, because you can do astral sight. So you could pretty much recognize these people based on their astral things, but you can't really describe them in terms of physical appearance. You could tell who they were, though.
Okay. Okay, I think that's it then. I'll go back.
All right, you fly back to your body, and you're back in the real world.
So would I be able to do a knowledge check to see what kind of gangs are around in the area, like the local gangs and stuff, just to see what kind of trouble I might be able to get them
Absolutely
into.
motherfucking zero. This is Bellevue, suburban heaven.
Yeah.
The
So
gangs
there's no
here are
gangs.
corporations.
Alright,
Corporations run this place, own this place. This is where all the corporate enclaves and stuff are. You might get some mafia bosses living here, but that's about it. This is the rich district.
God damn it, so close to home.
Alright, so Roadblock's gonna call up Cal and just be like, so have you found anything yet?
So Cal, you said you had a plan. What was it, man?
Oh no, it's the stupidest plan ever. I'm going to drunkenly walk up and try to walk in. Just like going in.
Well, the actual place itself, like I said before, was sectioned off with a chain link fence. That's why you guys had the adjacent buildings. So if you want to randomly bash on the chain link fence, you are
Walk
welcome.
into it.
Alright, so you walk into the chain link fence. At this point, a security guard is nearby, and he kind of walks over, shining his torch at you. Oi, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Light sprite. Fuck. Where am I?
It doesn't matter. He just kind of looks at you and says, "What do you mean you don't know where you are? You a fucking junkie or something?" As he moves up closer, shining the lights in your eyes.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh, don't do that, don't do that.
Am I still on comm with Cal?
Probably.
If you didn't hang up,
I
so
don't ever.
yeah, like at this stage, I kind of hear him arguing with the guard, or just like having some kind of issue with the guard, and turn around and notice him like bashing on the fence and like then shielding his eyes from the flashlight, and turn around to go and take him away from this potentially disastrous situation.
alright.
I just like walk up and say, "Sorry about my friend. He's just like come out of hospital and they've got him on loads of pain meds right now. He's attending the bowl. Like he's attending the bowl tonight, and he just wanted to. He kind of lost track of time and thought it was this night, not tomorrow night. So sorry about that." And I kind of drag him away.
Make a con check on that one. If you want to actually care if your lie actually succeeds or fails.
So I get one success, but I also get a glitch.
Alright, so he just kind of looks at you both and he says, "That's bullshit. What are you people doing around here?" That's it. And at this point, he goes to his pocket, pulls out a comm link, and then begins calling something, and he kind of walks away. And he says, "You two stay there."
So as he like turns around, I just look at Cal and just like pretend something bad just happened to you.
Side of the house, but nothing else.
Just
Cal,
like,
what are you doing?
if he doesn't do anything, I just kind of punch him in the gut.
Yeah, no, Kel's just like, yeah, I'll take the punch to the gut and puke. Just start puking.
Alright, you start puking, and the security guard turns around, is on the phone, is like, "Yeah, we got two junkies here, they're vomiting on the fucking road. I don't know how the hell they got here. Yeah, bring a team round. Get them looked at. They probably don't even have sins."
So at this point, at hearing this, I'm just like, "Cal, we got to get out of here," and like attempt to pick him up and start running.
Sure. Yeah, you can hear the guy kind of saying, "Yeah, they're running now. Yep, they're heading down this road or towards that road." And then the guy comes up.
Have
Go
my
on.
drones finished their sweep yet?
Yeah, definitely, man.
Okay,
you
then I
pretty
would
much know the intricate outsides and ins. Most of the lights weren't actually on the inside, but you easily could have flashed a torch from your drones. But yeah, you know pretty much the place relatively well. And from what you could see, the staff that were on, like through the windows and stuff like that, they seem to definitely have a decker of some kind. You could see like a tech room and things like that. But yeah, most of the people were centered in the kitchen and stuff. And the hall itself, when looking on the inside, through the top of the windows and things like that, there's like a lot, like basically there's going to be a massive ballroom party, lots of tables, chairs, everything being set up, all that kind of bullshit.
Okay, then I would recall them and have them start coming back to the van as soon as they were done with their sweep.
I'm guessing you guys are getting out of there at this point.
Well, if I have
Yes.
indication of trouble, if I would see them running with one of my drones around the van, then yeah, I wouldn't even wait for them to the drones to catch up with me. I would just start going and recall them to me, follow me,
Righty.
as I go down the road.
All right, and everyone is going to leave, I'm assuming, unless of course someone wants to stay. Justin, you're on top of a building, but I'd suggest you leave, unless you want to stay up there.
No, I'm going to try to make a departure from the opposite direction.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys get in your vehicles and then you leave, and you can kind of hear the sounds of sirens in the distance and cop cars. Only like one or two begin to rock up at the ball itself as you guys leave.
Roadblock like turns to Cal, and like I guess Cal is just like completely off his face and is just like cool, and I'm just like, you idiot, what were you doing?
Take out a cigarette and start smoking.
This is ALE. Let me see your hand. What are you doing? Are you alone?
So yeah, no, cigarette, I'm working.
Are you alone, sir?
I just shake my head and just like continue driving, just completely ignoring Cal for the rest of the trip.
Yeah.
Again.
All right.
Where exactly are you taking me?
Yeah, where are you guys going to be meeting up? You guys need to work out a plan. You've got the info.
Meaning that you wouldn't talk.
Because like after probably about 5 minutes, I'm like, you can drop me off here.
I like message the rest of the group quickly. Just meet me at one of the local bars.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Drake can meet up once he gets the van.
All right, so yeah, you guys head to a local bar, probably heading a little bit out of Bellevue, so you can blend in a little bit more than you were before, rather than sticking out like a sore thumb. You guys get to the bar itself. I'm going to say it's probably knowing a roadblock. It's probably a scraggly orc bar, or something like that.
Yep, totally. It's like a biker bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, like as soon as I get in there, I just walk up and like, I'll have a drink, thanks.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys are easily able to find a private booth to sit in and talk. So go ahead, guys. This place is fairly quiet at the moment.
Yeah,
mainly, sad orcs drinking alone, that kind of thing.
I just sit there and go, well, I found a grand total of fuck all. So what did you guys find?
Well, there's a bunch of ley lines running into the place. It's clearly the center of the pentagram that Spider mentioned earlier. I think he mentioned it earlier. And there's a lot of dark spirits, and a lot of the staff is magical. So, got some serious shit going on in there.
And actually, Spider wouldn't go in. Instead, I would send one of my eyeball-sized drones in with the group.
Sure.
And as I mentioned earlier, some of them may have missed it, but I also, after I get the footage from my drones, I send that to everybody if they have the capability to receive that, if they have the built-in equipment to receive that.
Sure. So everyone has a whole bunch of footage of the building itself, scouting it out, and all that jazz.
I guess I think we got that before we ended up leaving. On the way to the bar, I guess I would have checked out some of that. I don't think I'd get through all of it, but I'd get through a little bit and then finish it off at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically it shows the different spots where the 360 video cameras are, the roof, seems to have rough access to be able to enter the building, as well as a sky view of the ballroom itself that has glass ceilings and
Spare keys.
side.
How many goddamn houses have spare keys, man? They all have house alarms.
Sorry about that.
I kind of turned to Draken and like, what about you? What did you see from up in your special bird's nest?
Well, I mean, I know that I can definitely get from the one building to the other, but he just, in that moment, he goes quiet and he kind of looks over at Spiders like, but I don't think everybody in the group is going to be able to make that leap, as it were.
Well, I
so,
could just send some drones in through the roof, and just once we're ready to move, if we need fire support, I can send them in and have them open up with cover and fire.
yeah, I mean, I
We
can
can
get
verify
in
the targets
and,
in the room.
Yeah.
If that's the route we want to go.
Well, it might be good to have you on the outside anyways, just in case, if shit goes down and our target decides to escape. At least you're outside.
Guys, I think we're missing a huge opportunity. They have a helipad.
I know
Do you own a helicopter?
No, I own an airplane.
More importantly, are you sober enough that you won't crash some kind of aircraft into the building instead of landing safely?
I can't see straight, so I'm not doing anything until tomorrow. I think.
Perhaps we should have him watched and entertained to make sure that he's not tempted to imbibe more of whatever it is he prefers.
Gotta make sure to pick the houses without house alarms or get.
So I think one of the most important questions I could probably ask here is, has anyone actually done any kind of stealth at all before? Like, are you guys good at sneaking?
I'm great at sneaking. I broke into a military base.
So Roadblock kind of looks at Cal and in just like disbelief, like, how could this person ever sneak into a military base and not get caught?
I snuck into a military base, talked to 3 guards, and stole a military helicopter.
You hear the shots.
Not helicopter. VTOL. Military VTOL.
Hold up real quick. I don't know what he's saying.
So far we have someone who can kind of stealth in with drones, someone who can, and a couple of other people that can stealth, and I guess someone else that can stealth. I don't know what exactly my role can be here. I guess I can be damage control in case you guys get caught.
Maybe you should think of a plan and not just stealth. So 1, 2, 3. So how are you guys getting in? What are you guys going to do? How are you getting out? So how are you guys going to get in? Are you just going to walk in? Maybe you should think about maybe trying to get some people quickly on staff, having people sneak in that way. Are you guys going to get access to the roof? That kind of thing. And then divvy out roles afterwards when you've worked out.
Did we get a like a list of the a guest list from would we like just be able to quickly do like a matrix search to see if we can find anyone on the guest list that has like the same meta type as any of us?
Yeah, and then we could enter in as the. That's a good idea.
But to impersonate somebody else, you have to be really good at pretending to be somebody you're not.
Well, I think we've probably got a couple of people here that are good at pretending to be somebody else, and the rest of us could just be like bodyguards, because I'm sure that everybody that's going to this thing is rich enough to have some kind of bodyguard.
Alright, well, I'm going to go live in my house. It's probably where we just came from.
What about that idea we had earlier about nabbing
Well, I'm just going to tell you right now with the whole disguise problem, you guys don't have a decker, so you guys need to be able to find identification to prove you are that person. You don't have it. It physically just won't happen. Unless you can sneak in pretending to be that person without ever going through checks on the front door, then it works. But if you're going to even touch that front door or ever get checked, it's just not going to work, full stop.
Yeah, basically, the only options I see is if we can try to take her outside. If we can get access to the roof and people can go in that way. Or I can just send drone in through the ceiling and either try to take her out or drive her outside so that we can take her there. Obviously, that would be the last choice to go that route because that's going to draw a lot of attention.
Well, I mean, if we're going to go busting out the front door to escape, then we need to have a good plan of escape once we get to the road. I don't think we can just... I mean, once we're taking her out, you know, we've got to... I mean, I can get us in to the building stealthily, you know, through the roof access. Well, everybody except Spider. But it's like, you know, once we're inside, I mean, we've got a good layout of the building, so we can find her, but we have to be quick.
We don't know that people won't be arriving on the roof. They might be flying in by helicopter and arriving that way. Maybe we can...
Is there a way that we know that she'd be in a certain place at a certain time?
No way that you guys could know that.
I mean, do we even really need to enter the building? Can we just wait outside until she pulls up and then take her from there without ever even entering the building?
Then the sacrifice would be complete.
Entering, Karen's, not exiting.
Oh, upon entrance, yeah, we could take her out before she...
Yeah.
But is she going in the
we
front
can just wait until she
door,
pulls up.
a secret entrance, the roof? We'd have to...
Didn't someone say that, like, a lot of the people in there are part of her thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's quite a few staff members that were.
So, is there a possibility that they drive in a bulletproof car and then they leave in a bulletproof car, never really coming outside?
I think what Karen's is trying to say is that they have to get there somehow. Maybe kidnapping.
Just call up your man.
I think getting her before she goes in the building is our best option, but then we have to know how she's likely to enter the building or be watching all the entrances.
Well, I mean, we found what? There's 2 entrances, right? One from the roof and one the front door? Or is there a service entrance too?
There's multiple entrances to this building itself. In terms of the roof, there is the main there's multiple entrances. There's the main entrance, there's service entrances, and there's of course the fire escape. That's not technically an entrance. You can't really enter through the fire escape doors, but you could definitely bash them down. And of course, there's the roof. There's a couple servants' entrances, and there's a main entrance from the roof itself near the helicopter pad.
Jurgen's going to ask the rest of the group that's a little bit more experienced with this chick if, you know, they're aware of any of her habits or how she is. She somebody rich and affluent, or is she somebody that is very quiet and acts from the shadows? Because I think that might tell us where she might come. Because if she's very affluent and rich, it's most likely she's going to go through the front entrance to get her picture taken. But if she's somebody that works very quietly and from the shadows, then she might take a quiet. I'm not sure if any of the people already in the group know anything about her.
Actually, can Spider place a call to that lawyer that he worked with on their last job?
The lawyer? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can, yeah.
The guy that hired him for the last job.
The job before that, then.
Okay, yeah.
Because that was the one with his son. Yeah. That was the first job,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. All right, yeah, you call him up. And he picks up and he says, hello there. Calling in the favor, are we?
Yes, I'm hoping that you might have some information for me.
Hopefully I do.
You remember Juliette, I'm assuming.
Yes, of course.
Do you have any information, or can you get your hands on her typical ways of travel, or more specifically, any travel plans or routes or vehicles that she may be using to go to an event tomorrow night?
Well, I mean, I need to find out who she is. Ultimately, I mean, I saw the footage. If you could send me that, I could try to talk to some of my own people and some of my friends and see if they can find a way to find out who she actually is.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
All right. And he says, I mean, gee, when do you need this anyway? I'll try to do it as fast as I can.
Before tomorrow night. Sooner the better.
Yeah, he's like kind of sighs a bit and he goes, all right, I think I should be able to do it. And he hangs up at that point, and yeah, he'll get back to you when he can with the information.
Can Draken make a call into his former sports agent, see if maybe he can wrangle him up some tickets to the ball?
Yeah, sure. What kind of sport? Was this like national sports or like anything really big, or was
Urban
this
Brawl.
like urban brawl? Yeah, cool.
It
So,
was Urban
yeah,
Brawl.
sweet. So, does your character actually have a famous quality, by the way?
No, I didn't take that. I took all like the negative ones associated. Like he's got a short temper. Like even his mentor spirit is the berserker one.
Oh, wow,
So,
yeah, okay. Cool. All right, so yeah, you call your guy up. This is the Havinson Ball, by the way, that's what it's called. It is a birthday party for the Havinson family, which is a rich, affluent family that has their fingers in many pies of the corporate world, just so you know. I forgot to actually tell you that. And yeah, your sports agent says he knows of the family and he's dealt with them before. Most people have. He can work something out if you need to get in. He's worked with them before.
yeah. Well, Draken would definitely want to align some tickets just in case, but this also means that Draken's going to put his own name on the line too, because he's going to be on the list, which means when shit goes down, people will know that he was there.
Well, your
We'll
fake's in, so
yeah, that's
all
true.
right.
Yeah.
Basically, he says he'll see what he can do if he can get in contact, see if he can get some tickets. And yeah, so what's the connection and loyalty of your dude, by the way?
The loyalty's only one, and his connection's two. Put it all on my fixer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. He wouldn't even know. His his connection is too low. I thought it was high, man. No, he knows shit.
Yeah.
He can't help you.
All right, fair enough.
Sorry, man. All right. Anyone else want to contact their contacts, see if anyone has?
I might call my fixer Felix, and just ask if he or someone he knows is going and needs or would want to hire some protection, or he could get us some tickets or get us away inside.
All right. What's his connection and loyalty?
Connection 3, loyalty 2.
Yeah, he doesn't have a way. He doesn't deal with corporate shit like that much.
I'm gonna call my fixer.
There we go. All right, Karen's connection and loyalty.
Connection 5, loyalty 2.
All right.
Pick it up.
He seemed like enough.
Hi.
He didn't give you the candy.
So how you doing there? How you been?
Yeah, not bad.
You
I'm
seem like a nice guy who's promising
running today. Well, tomorrow, apparently.
Yeah,
I
I
need.
know I got you the job.
Yeah, wait. You got. Oh shit. Okay, well, I need tickets to a ball.
To a ball.
Yeah. In the city,
Okay.
Belmont.
I'm gonna give you a solid warning on
that
not really a warning.
big
just,
event tomorrow.
Like,
That
be
one.
more selective with who you roll around with, man, because
I'm guessing you tell them the Havenson ball.
Yeah.
But obviously,
They're having a ball.
Just I've worked with them before. I can easily get one person in on my behalf.
you didn't do anything.
All right.
No, you didn't
Of
do
course,
anything.
you'll have to pay for the ticket.
How much are we looking at?
$2,000.
Okay,
So
that's no
we're gonna
problem.
let you go. We're probably gonna let you go with Crunch.
It's like,
just because.
yeah, no, that's no problem. I think.
That's okay, yeah.
1 second. Cal's gonna start looking over if he's
So
got
we're
any.
gonna just, go chill
Yeah, no,
by-
he's got some.
Actually,
Yeah, should I wire you the money now or tomorrow?
Yes, sure. Why with money now?
well, hang on for a
Tell
while.
me who's going, and you'll be sent on my behalf.
All right, I'm just gonna look around the, like, so who wants to, be on the guest list?
Roadblock instantly points to Lily or Draken or just anyone except himself.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Anyone going to have
Cal's the one
difficulty
with the
getting in?
fancy suit.
No, what was the question?
Anyone going to have trouble getting
It
in?
was basically
I can get
hostage.
one ticket.
Is Crunchy getting out first?
I don't need a ticket to be able to get in.
Me either.
I kind of sigh and go, I guess I definitely need a ticket to get in. There's no way I'll be able to stealth around, and I doubt I'll be able to get in any other way.
Spider?
Spider flies his eye drone up to him, and you can almost hear in his voice the sarcasm. He goes, I doubt a ticket would do much to help me be in disguise. I probably will not be entering the building. I will send my drones in.
Yeah, they should.
Alright, so,
I guess this would be the best
I'm going to be selfish here. Just make the ticket out to me.
Sure. You wipe through the money, and he tells you that you're now on the list.
Roadblock breathes like the most biggest sigh of relief that he didn't have to go into this bowl with all these rich people.
Yeah, no, everyone.
We're just trying to get everything.
So who is the fanciest dressed out of this group? Look around. Me. Who is currently the most fucked up of this group? Look around. Me. Shit.
Well, get sober for tomorrow, man.
I then look at
sure.
everyone else and I say, can anyone come back with me
If anybody asks.
and make sure I can function for tomorrow?
I kind of give a slow smile and yep, I sure can.
Chain him to the radiator.
Okay. My
Make
house.
sure that you're sober for tomorrow.
Well, yeah, of course. My house is in Bellevue.
I kind of look at him whoa, how much money do you have?
I'm supposed to be here to help you, you know?
Well, do we want to stay at the Bellevue or are we going all the way to Edmund? It's up to you.
We'll just stay at Bellevue. I mean, I've never stayed in some big expensive place before, and it'd be nice to just mess around there.
Okay.
A long time to
Good.
get back to any fault,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
don't worry about anything in there. It's all legal, sort of.
Except for the copious amount of drugs that you had, probably.
No. Those are in my safe house.
You can go ahead and run your way over there. Do it.
I kind of stare at him and go, you will not be taking any drugs tonight, and if you do, I will beat you so hard that you won't be able to feel yourself tomorrow.
I swear I only have stuff stashed away and everything. Okay, yeah, no, I'll be good.
We'll give you a bump
for
before the
tomorrow.
run. That way you're level.
Oh no, I've got everything I need on me. It's just
Oh, you have it all on you? Okay, so Draken looks to Roadblock and it's like, kind of gives him that universal sign that, you know, might want to relieve him of the copious amounts of drugs that he
Yeah,
has on him.
so Roadblock just kind of like grabs him and then just starts patting him down, and then just like after
Where?
when he's just like
one second. Where are you starting?
He starts on the arms and then it's just like stops and it's just like, give me all your drugs, otherwise this will be much more painful than it needs to be.
Okay, so you pat my arms. Congratulations. That doesn't mean too
Terrence,
much.
he's going to pat your entire body.
I know. No. I am going to pull out 20 Zen cigarettes, 10 vials of Narcojet. 1 second. I need.
Alright, so you do that. You pull
When
out.
were you
no.
ever going to need all of this?
Oh, sorry. 8 things of jazz, 16 things of Nova Coke,
I'll give you a little bit of variety.
and 5 kamikaze, 4. The list is. It's a list. I gotta.
Draken is feeling a lot better about his own drug use.
Huh?
How are you keeping it on your body?
In pockets, injectors, and hidden.
Alright.
It's
So-
all hidden,
so-
hidden compartments.
Like as he's pulling all this stuff out, I like pick it all up and then just put it all on the table and then just stare at him and give them this like death stare. Like, is that everything?
Everything that I have on me.
We'll give you a bump of the Nova Coke before the run, so you're even and you're not twitching. But nothing until then. Fucking junkies.
Rich
Oh,
junkie.
I just kind of lightly tap, like right over my right side. I'm like, I kept 1 on me. I always keep 1 on me. It's a super emergency.
Roadblock like holds out his hand and says, hand it over.
I can't. Actually, sorry. He takes off the suit.
So what exactly are you wearing now then, if you're not wearing a suit?
T-shirt and shorts. Oh no, sorry, just shorts or pants.
Roadblock kind of like rubs his forehead a little bit in frustration and just goes, do I need to pat you down?
No, it's all
This is
good.
getting weird.
Yeah, the rest of the patrons in the bar are just looking over. Like, what the fuck's going on over there?
And Roadblock like gives this like death stare across the whole bar, like, this is none of your business. Back the fuck off.
Shit.
I'm happy to do like a physical intimidation roll for that too.
Yeah, actually do it, because some people are getting curious why the fuck there's like $1,000 in drugs sitting on the table next to you guys.
Because we're still in Bellevue, right?
No, you're not. No,
Are
you're
we
nearby.
in, like, red?
Yeah,
I get 4 hits.
Alright, with 4 hits and people back down kind of thing, I mean, you guys do look fairly intimidating. You guys look like runners after all, so... Yeah.
Alright, I go, well, if that's all you have on you, I guess I'm just gonna have to trust you. And, but if I find out that you've used before, we let you use. World of pain, man. World of pain.
I'll take you a ride. I'll take you for a ride in my jet.
I'm gonna have to.
At that, my like cyber retinas kind of widen, like, oh my gosh, yes.
We can't do that.
Well, if we've completed that, have we solidified on a way to get in for everybody?
No.
Because I know, yeah, we still haven't figured out that.
But what we'll do at
'cause
this
we
point
got
is
a ticket
fast
for-
forward a bit, guys. Dennis is going to get a call. This is going to solidify what the fuck's going on a little bit more, so we'll do this. So Dennis is the lawyer.
Yeah.
All right, so he says, all right, I got it. Her name obviously isn't actually Juliette. That's her name she gave herself. Actually, apparently, a few of my buddies have worked with her family before. She's by the name of Michelle Carson. She's rich as all shit. Her family's affluent as all hell. I guess that's where she got the money to fund her little escapade. She's actually been missing for a while. Her family's been trying to find her for the last 5 years. Obviously going underground. She was known to be a very powerful mage and all that, and there was a bit of a scandal going on with her sanity. Apparently she went to a psych ward, stuff like that. Obviously she got out. And from what I understand, she's actually gotten in touch with her family recently as well. So while she's been back in Seattle for the time that she's been doing ritualistic sacrifices. And she's actually, she's going under the name of Juliette. And from what I understand, she's actually been using her family's resources quite a bit. So from what I can tell in terms of how she's going to be getting to this little ball, I'm going to be saying she's probably going to be coming by copter with her own little personal security team as well.
Any idea of what kind of makeup that usually involves for her team? How many people?
Well, as much as you can fit in a normal copter, so probably about 4 people.
Okay, I think that will be very useful.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of when she's arriving, who knows? But I think you can at least watch the skies now. I'm assuming you're trying to do something to her, kill her, something like that.
Yeah, the time has come that we need to put a permanent end to her little games.
This is very well.
How is your son doing, by the way?
We've taken the collar off now, so he's doing well enough.
Staying out of trouble then?
Yes. He's on a very strict curfew. We round the clock monitoring, but I mean, he's not liking it, but you do what you got to do.
Of course. Well, if you ever need more assistance or someone to come around to give him a talk, let me know.
He says thank you.
Well, thank you for your assistance.
It's all right. He also sends you the files, by the way. He sends them all to you, all about the Carson family. They are allied with As technology, so all that kind of lovely stuff there, and all the news stories and stuff about her and what happened and things like that. Okay. At this point, I'm actually going to be right back. I need to take a quick bio break, so everyone can do that if they want. And yeah, I'm just going to do that now. Right back.
Okay, guys, we know that she's coming by helicopter. Did we take out the helicopter?
If someone can get me on the roof,
Can
that she's
anyone
landing
fire from an airplane?
I can fire from air drones,
So you can
automatic
fire...
weapons, and grenades.
Oh, you can't do heavy weapons.
I've got pretty good gunnery skill, if that helps. So I can shoot guns on the plane.
I have 5 heavy laser rifles on the plane.
Well, you got an interface, I can control them as well.
Yep.
Rig interface.
So that's the worst plan. Welcome back, Tom.
All right, so you guys know she's coming in by helicopter. You know that the thing is going down. The ritual is going down at 8:30. So that's when he told you he thinks it's going to be going down. D. Johnson. So whenever she's arriving, who knows? But probably near that time. So you guys need to work out how you're going to take her out.
I turned to Draken and I'm like, look, man, can you get me onto the roof of the hole without me being seen?
The point is all we can do is give you an assistance check. Ultimately, you still need to make a stealth check.
I can cast invisibility on you.
That's right. So she can
Yeah,
also
but you're
help you
probably
again.
yeah. But if she's gonna try to get in the building with us, unless she's staying outside, she
Well,
might
you guys
need
don't
that
need to
for
get
her.
into the building anymore. You just need to be able to see the helicopter and attack.
Right. I think we
Okay,
want
so
to
she's
take
okay.
the helipad.
Yeah, you just need to get on the roof. You don't even need to get in the building, which is a lot easier than getting on is a lot easier than getting in.
Yeah, I can get us all onto the building, and I mean, Spider's gonna stay on the grounds with his, controlling his drones. So, I mean, I've got the equipment that can get us there, but still, it's everybody that's got to be able to do it for themselves. I can't carry you across.
I'm like, look, guys, I may not be good at this whole like stealth and planning thing, but when it comes to killing people, man, do I do that stuff good. So if you can get me in range of those like 4 people and her, I can mess them up.
Okay, I'll put you on the building nearby.
Right. That's
Well,
a good
are you
idea.
any good with a sniper rifle?
Not really.
Drake.
I was more thinking I could kind of shoot them with my AK or my revolver or like stab them with my hand blade, and just for emphasis, I like eject my hand blade out of my right arm and then like put it back in.
He's like, yeah, I feel you, man. Like, I mean, that's kind of how I operate. So.
But yeah, sniper
But I
support
mean, we
is
could just
always
say
welcome.
if we get on the building adjacent, I can get my grappling hook across there, and then we wait until we see her get off that thing, and we just all zip line across, and we just take her out on the roof, and then from there we can have Spider pull up with his van. We all rappel down or drop down, and then we just beat it out from there. I mean, that's just my 2 million.
Well, I can also actually attack the helicopter on her
In
with
the
my
air.
drones.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
my
And I
large
mean,
drone.
Lily has a lightning ball too, and that's devastating against tech.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I can get myself onto the roof, no problem.
All right.
With your
So-
drone scans, would you have been able to find out what kind of mechanism would be locking the door? Like, would it be an electronic lock, or would it just be like no lock and just a manual operated door that you with like a handle?
Would I have seen any kind of keypad or anything to indicate on the doors?
Definitely got keypads. 100% on that one. And they look like they're nice reinforced doors as well.
I'm just thinking it might be worth either the drones like shooting the keypad to stop them getting through, or Lily could just lightning bolt it, lightning bolt it or something. I don't know. Just make sure they can't escape from the roof.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I can have a couple drones with assault weapons ready, and I also can have. I have one that has a heavy weapon mount that has the sniper rifle on it that I can use. That has a very long range. Unfortunately, if we could identify that helicopter before it landed, we could take it out, but we have to be sure that our target's in there when we need to be sure we eliminate her. We can't just blow up the helicopter and assume that she's in there.
We also have to be careful that the surveillance. I don't know. Maybe we should have Lily take out the surveillance when we send in your drones, because
Just thinking. the same.
your drones are going to get detected by the security really fast, and they might send.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm saying the one can attack from quite a distance. It could be up from a nearby building.
That's right. You have multiple ones. You don't just have one.
Yes.
You have multiple drones.
How many cameras were up there?
About, probably on the entire building itself, like on the top, the ones that can see there, probably around 6.
Okay.
I mean, ultimately, if you guys get in and get out fast enough, the security team may not even be able to get up there quick enough to kill you anyway.
All right.
That's if you can get out
Okay,
fast
I was
enough.
just curious.
But I will, Mike, remember, Mike does have a VTOL, so if you guys need to get onto the roof and off quickly, there's literally nothing faster than that.
Yeah, I have the fastest way there. It's also
Yeah,
a supersonic jet, so there's nothing faster than it.
I think we should
Well,
take
okay.
this VTOL
Draken
and land
just
on the
like
roof.
smiles.
You have nowhere to land it. That's a
Helipad.
Does it need to land or can it hover? Does it
Helipad.
need to land?
It can hover.
question.
Okay, well, we need the helipad cleared because, she's got to land, right?
I think we should take her out before she even gets to land if we can ID her fast enough.
Like
Do you have a way of doing that?
as Cal says it can hover, I kind of Roadblock kind of envisions himself jumping from the bay of the VTOL and like smashing into the ground and just looking super badass doing it, and has like this huge smile on his face.
Yeah, Draken's pretty confident that if he needs to, he can jump out of that jet while hovering. And
Yeah. I mean, the jet doesn't even have to land, guys. It can just hover generally over the building. The top of the building's fairly flat. It's just not enough to land it, but hovering, no problem.
Well, Draken's very happy. If he finds out, when he's told this information, he smiles. Like, finally, the drug addle, because this is the first time he's interacted with this guy, and he's been nothing but a complete and utter mess the entire time. So, like, if everything finally clicks as to why he's even getting paid. But then he questions, it's like, if you own a jet, why are you doing this chump change 10K jump?
I owe some people a lot of money. And I mean a lot of money. And they might not even take the money. Honestly, I need money.
I guess we all got to make a living. All right. Draken seems pretty happy and content with this, but we still need a way of IDing her as fast as possible. We got records on her, right? From
Yeah, you guys know.
Yeah, I know what she looks like.
Spider.
Yes, I actually
Did
have
those
video
records
footage.
include like? Did the records have like maybe her blood or sin or anything like that?
Facial recognition is
Samples
the
or sin?
easiest way. Just saying.
Yeah, and I
And
can
you
have
guys are
drones.
deckers, so there's no other way you guys can spot her.
Yeah.
Well, I look at Lily. I look at Lily and say, Lily, and I'm like, I don't really know how this magic thing works totally, but Lily, do you think you could somehow like identify the helicopter she'd be in, like through some magic voodoo stuff?
Through the astral signature?
Yeah. While she doesn't know Lily's astral signature is probably pretty obvious. She's obviously a powerful mage, and she's done some horrible things, and dark magic is probably going to be lingering around her, let alone the dark spirits that she may have binded to herself. So Lily should be able to pick her out pretty easy, because her aura is going to be pretty obvious.
How close does she have to be for me to be able to do that?
Not that close at all, to be honest. You can be hundreds of meters away. As long as you hit your sensing check high enough. But this is kind of on the assumption that you assume that Juliette's aura is going to be pretty obvious.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
we can plan for that, and then to use a backup, I can have a couple of my smaller drones flying around and try to get the facial recognition as the helicopters.
Yeah, just
It's not like they're
general
just going to appear and be on the thing. It's going to take them a while to hover and lower, and so
Yeah.
that's the backup. we
So
can
as
have.
soon as we, so I'm assuming that the presumed idea is that we're going to have Spider and Lily already out there ahead of time, so that they can scan for her astral signature and
Well,
with
I'll
the
be down in my
drones, and then
I'll be
give
down
us
in my van and just have my drones up on the roofs.
yeah, and then once you give the word, Cal, Roadblock, and I will head on in.
I could use someone piloting the guns.
Roadblock kind of
Oh.
considers whether or not he'd like to actually pilot the guns, or whether or not he'd like to be down there murdering people, and quickly decides he'd like to be down there murdering people.
I can also control the guns, can I? If he's got the interface on his jet.
Yeah, you can definitely control the guns.
Cool.
Oh yeah, rigger interface. Nice. Yeah, because
dude.
like when
Do you
he
have the
said
picture
that,
of the
Drake was
jet?
like, I have no idea. Heavy gunnery.
I'll get the picture, man.
Is it like a
think Drake-
stealth jet, or would it just be
Oh,
like
yeah,
just
man.
like? I was gonna say,
It is
is it like
a supersonic, stealth,
This thing is
military-equipped, experimental tech plane.
I was gonna say it'd be kind of awkward, just like, breaking the sound
Yes.
barrier and just like
And-
landing on top of it, and then just being like, it being super loud and stuff, and everybody being like, "What the hell is this giant plane thing hovering over this building?" I feel like that'd be really conspicuous.
Even with help, Cal literally had to die to get this jet. He literally died getting this jet.
Yeah. Right here, there it is, guys.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
In all its glory.
It's a $2.5 million experimental jet. And by the way, Karens, what are the guns on this thing?
There is. Did you say 4 or 5 heavy?
4 heavy lasers.
Yeah, which
Oh.
will one-shot any person. So have fun targeting. Hey, is that an aircraft in the distance? Boof. No, it's not.
Is that a building over there?
Is
Oh,
it going
it's
to
not quite
take us to?
It's more. I want to hold.
Do you
this
already
thing
have
in
the-
building.
Do you already have the jet prepped? I'm assuming
No,
no.
it's, re-
in your
it's
position.
ready to move. I don't have a permanent location for it yet.
Where do you keep something like that?
Just like when you hit a sign. Like, you
Moving.
No, right now, Karens, it's in an abandoned.
No, but like
And a not so safe, secret, not so secret place.
Yeah. Because you killed the people that owned
So
it.
anybody could stumble
Yeah.
up onto this thing at a moment.
Yes.
It's in the middle of nowhere though, so chances of them finding it are very
No,
low.
but do you have like? Drake can just like all
It's
these
locked.
questions. He just like face palms, shakes his head, decides it's
locked.
best not to ask any more questions. It's locked.
You should hire a ghost to like keep an eye on it for you.
He would. He can't afford Ghost.
Most likely, Cal is looking on it when he's not doing jobs. So
Well, he's doing drugs and sleeping on the jet.
So I think we have our plan then, right?
all right. So who's going to be where?
So I think,
I think me and Roadblock are going to be in the supersonic jet.
And yeah, Chris, there are some decently large trees. Why?
Okay, and can I cast spells in my alternate form?
Yeah. You can turn into a bird and cast spells.
So you
They
could
won't
definitely get yourself to the roof or wherever you needed.
Yeah, exactly.
What did I put down all these turns into? I've forgotten. Is it a hawk or
Oh, eagle.
eagle? Yep, there we go. Yep.
Yeah. And can she change into actually any bird, or does it have to be that one?
Oh, yeah, I don't really mind, but she only turns into one animal, but as long as you just
Okay.
be one per section, because this is obviously a pre-gen, like you didn't make the character.
Cool. Okay. So actually, I think a peregrine falcon would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, sure. You're going to go falcon. You're going to be watching the roof from a tree. Dennis is. Are you going to be in the vehicle now, so you can be in the rigger interface?
Yes, and I'll be parked probably like a block away, or if there's whatever someplace
Yeah.
that's out
Well,
of
do you
sight.
want to actually be in the jet so you can pilot the guns?
Well, I could do that too, and
Unless someone else wants to pilot the guns, like Jacob's character.
I can.
Gunner.
I mean, I
Me
really
and
wanna,
Roadhouse
I really
can
wanna
probably-
stab stuff.
I'm going to be honest, man. If they have magic, a flying jet with guns on it, they're just going to kill it like that. You jumping down there is
Yeah.
only going to make the mission harder.
Yeah.
All right, I will chill on the plane and shoot lasers at stuff, and marvel that lasers actually exist.
Yeah, they do. They do exist. There's rules for it.
so yeah, I'll basically be in the van. I'll have the one drone with a sniper rifle on a roof, a couple buildings away, and then the two other ones ready to, in case we can't identify her through magic, to come up and do the face recognition.
Sure.
And I also have one of the smaller, the insight type ones, patrolling around the van, just so I'm jacked in, I don't have someone sneaking up on me.
Yep. All right, and Chris, you're going to be in a tree and waiting for confirmation of which helicopter is which. Jacob's going to be in the vehicle waiting for confirmation that the helicopter is landing, and then Karen's is going to be swinging by for a drive-by, I guess, and then picking up everybody and leaving that is on the roof or nearby. And Justin, where are you going to be?
Yeah, I'm. I guess I'm going to be in the plane, keeping probably helping co-pilot with Cal. Not Draken doesn't know how to fly a plane, but he'll be responsible for making sure Cal is responsible. That's what he's going to do. He's going to babysit the pilot.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
All
Make
right,
sure
cool,
he's on a
guys.
nice even. Well, Draken's a drug user too, so he knows. But he's a balanced drug user. He doesn't. He knows when
He's
to use them and
functional.
not to.
He's a functional drug.
Yeah, he's a functional drug addict.
Cal
But,
was
so
functional.
he'll make sure Cal.
Yes, Cal was functional until the mafia wanted him for, killing a mafia boss.
Oh yeah, we still need to do that.
Yeah, I know,
Don't we?
yeah. We'll do that sometime, yeah.
By the way, yeah, no, Cal's telling Ghost that Ghost is not helping him.
Okie dokie. So, guys,
So-
okay, so... Yep, sorry,
So
Jacob.
yeah, Roadblock's just like punches Cal, runs in the arm, and is like, "Let's go see this jet."
Okay. Get in the car. Bring all the drugs. I need those, not on me, but in my house.
So Roadblock kind of stares at the drugs and says to him, and then just like picks them up in a big pile and walks out and just glares at anyone that stares at him. And then just like dumps them in the back seat of his car and then hops in the passenger seat.
I like it.
Okay, first stop off at the safe house, put all the drugs away.
And then
And-
heading to where your jet is.
Yeah,
Yo, do you guys want to? I don't know.
head to the jet.
But,
Alright, so you guys go off, head to the jet. Basically, where Karen's is at the moment, it's pretty much an abandoned airstrip, really far out north. It's like a 2-hour drive, but obviously a lot faster to fly back. And it's in bumfuck nowhere. The place looks really completely abandoned. Looks like there's been a lot of fighting here. Probably haven't cleaned up the place much, Karen's. And at this point, you're probably living in where the old man used to live.
Oh yeah, no, that was the idea. He just
Yeah.
kind of took over.
So on the way there, Roadblock's gonna let Calren's do all the driving, or let the car do the driving, and hop into his comlink and just set his favorite Japanese heavy metal on and just listens to that the entire ride there.
All right. Yeah. I guess at this point we're going to be initiating the mission soon. Everyone will be getting into position and all that. So we'll actually have a quick bio break for everyone because Chris needs one as well right now. And then we will reconvene in about however long it takes, basically. So you guys do that, and then we'll reconvene. So I shall sit here.
Sounds good.
So if you guys need a drink or whatever, and then we'll begin the actual mission part of the mission. All right. That's all right. Don't worry about it, Chris. Time to kill people.
So what kind of car do you have, Calrens? What kind of seats am I sitting in?
For the car, they'd just be like middle class car. So
Right, it's a step above what I'm used to.
Yeah. So no, let's double check what the car is, because this
Cal,
is my
didn't your car
secondary.
Didn't you?
Yes, this is my secondary.
Okay, cool. Just wondering.
It is a. Oh, it's only a Chrysler Nissan Journey.
So there's not like leather seats and
It's just hot. It's like middle and cloth.
so it's a bit more comfortable than like my van, which is just like
Oh yeah.
basically just like plastic seats, and it's like bare bones plastic and metal casing, and that's pretty much all the vehicle is, and like a weapon mount that like swivels out the top. So Roadblock kind of like leans back in the chair, like fully reclined, and just like going full at it with this Japanese metal, occasionally switching up with some classical Greek like music, just every so often. Super like weird variety of music.
Then we get to the jet, and then you realize that the jet has what, 18 seats?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, no.
What kind of seats are they?
Like the full harness in, probably extremely comfortable because you know this is a high-end jet.
So like the first thing Roadblock would do when he gets to
You'd
the
fall
jet,
asleep in it.
just, like the first thing he does is just like, where are your drugs hidden on here?
No, yours is. I got them to do it for you.
He's like, I'll find them anyway. Where are the drugs?
I would just look at you. This is a $2.5 million jet. I don't store drugs on it.
All right, and he like Roadblock instantly dives into one of the chairs and just like swivels around in it, like leaning back on it, like yes, this is the most comfortable thing I've ever felt in my entire life.
Alright,
And like
how's
during that like the appropriate classical music is on.
Alright. Justin, how's your character taking this in? Because he's there too.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon's mostly just entertained by what they're doing, but he's just posting up. You know, he's ready to conk out for the night. I mean, there's not much more damage that Cal can do, and you know, after watching his little escapades earlier, he's ready to conk out.
Yeah, he's probably
till the
going
next
to
day.
sit. He's going to sit in the pilot seat and just knock off.
That was just a
Yeah, and so yeah, Draken will probably just be in the co-pilot seat since he's getting paid to babysit.
We'll figure it out.
We all have to babysit sometimes.
I think I might just take a look around like the inside of the jet just to see like where all the guns and stuff are and the engine room and all that kind of cool stuff. See how like all the buttons.
Well, the actual jet, the gun room is actually just on the front seat near the pilot itself. There's a kind of a chair kind of thing with a whole bunch of different screens and things like that, and different controls for using the weapons, and yeah, it's pretty complex. But you think you can work it out?
I might spend like half an hour or something just like sitting there and just like staring over the controls and figuring out, like, just testing out buttons and pushing buttons to find out what they do.
Hmm.
Don't push buttons.
Draken knows enough that he doesn't know enough that he's not going to touch any of that shit in there. When it comes to the technical skills, that is not Draken's forte. Anyway.
I think also, like, Roadblock would, like, have a chat with Draken about, like, his past in sports. Like, he gathered he's had some kind of formal sports training or something like that, or at least he's done maybe some kind of military training, and just, like, asks him about why he's so, like, athletic and stealthy and stuff.
It's arena brawl, bro.
Instantly, Redwood's like, that's
Draken
where
was
I know you
specialized
from.
Draken was specialized in capturing the flag, because that's all arena brawl really is: capture the flag. Draken wasn't necessarily the best. I mean, you could take a punch. You have to. You can't just be like a flimsy little snowflower for that kind of sport. But he's really good at running.
Alrighty. So
I think that's like a lot of martial arts.
after that, at this point, Cal, I want you to make a logic plus willpower check as you spend the night without crack and drugs.
Yeah. I'll do that. Logic plus willpower. Can I add edge to this check?
You sure can.
Okay, well, preemptively edge.
I can't believe you have to spend edge to pass your drug test.
He, like, tries really hard to not touch drugs.
So how does 7 hits sound?
That's fine. That you critically succeed.
Yeah.
So I'll allow you to have a +2 modifier to your body plus willpower check you need to make, because you've been taking shit like amphetamines and stuff, and that's physically addictive. So you need to roll that as well. But you get +2 to the check because you were critically succeeded before.
I'm imagining, like, at some stage during the night, Cal's just, like, in the fetal position in the corner, like, I need drugs. And then just, like, telling himself no. Like, just talking to himself.
4 hits, but 2 ones.
Oh,
So,
well,
4 hits.
Draken's going to give him a hit of he's going to give him a hit of Novicoke when he wakes up.
Probably before the mission. But yeah.
I couldn't see shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. The
You're
mission isn't until that
You're
night.
able to do it, and the cravings aren't that bad. If anything, your body is right now detoxing hard, because the pure amount... You feel like shit in the morning, you're vomiting everywhere, just because of the sheer amount of drugs that you imbued. You're so scatterbrained at the moment, you barely know what's going on, but at least you don't feel like any more drugs. But that might be because you poisoned yourself.
Yeah, I'm just like outside. Oh, okay.
So you're going to be, so you're pretty bad. You're going to be disorientated, but I mean, if you spend the rest of the day, I mean, the thing's at 8:30ish, so around 7:30, 6:30, you guys are going to be getting going. So you can spend most of the day kind of resting. I was going to give you like disorientation and stun damage, but the point is you can rest that off fine.
Yeah,
So.
he feels like shit. He sits there outside of the plane, curled up in a ball, feeling like shit.
I might call,
on his plane.
like, during this time I might call Spider and just, like, describe this entire... I don't know if he's been in it, but even if he has been in it, I'll still describe how amazing this plane is to him. And just the entire time, just in awe of just this plane and how amazing it is.
It is a sweet
Spider
plane.
Ghost has, but Spider has it.
So I'm assuming that we're going to set up the rig.
Well, the rig is pretty easy. It just kind of rocks up there around 7:30ish, 8 o'clock even, or 7:30ish, 6 or whatever, and just kind of puts his drones in place and waits.
Quick question.
Yeah.
In preparation, like not that night, but the day before, Can I use my jury rigger to modify one of the drones to get an extra 1d6 for perception for the facial recognition?
Is that how it works? Is you can add a plus 1d6? Is that what it says?
That's just one of the options it suggests you can do. You can tweak an electronic device to function at a rating 1 higher than normal for one. Oh no, it's for 1 rating higher for 1d6 turns.
Yeah, and I think it wrecks it afterwards as well, or at least breaks that part of it.
Well, some of the things does, but that one doesn't say it hurts it. But like if you,
Okay, that one's cool then.
Yeah, there's one where you can do it where you get extra out of it, but then it will be destroyed, or you can take a destroyed thing and get it for one more time. But I mean, it's your call.
I'll totally allow you to kind of have a temporary 1d6 turn boost of perception, kind of something you can activate, like an optical receptor or extra power that you put into that area for a little bit. But ultimately, you can only do it once until you jury rig again. I'll totally allow you to do that.
Yeah, every time you jury rig, whatever the effect is, even if the object's not necessarily destroyed, it's generally just a one-time use thing. It's like,
so that'll be a logic plus mechanics check. I think it is to jury rig.
I think while Roadblock is talking to Spider, he'd probably ask him about his legs, like what happened and how did he change them to be so like awesome, and who did it, or if he did it himself, what did he do, and like what parts did he use?
4 hits.
With 4 hits, you succeed and you get that little boost. And if you want, you can do some RP with Roadblock here.
So yeah, after you asked me, I explained. I used to work for Lone Star Securities, and I got called out into the field, and we were ambushed, and I took some bullets to my spine, lost the use of my legs. I was pretty much put in retirement and left on my own. And so on my own, I modified the wheelchair that I used to interface with. I pretty much built it from the ground up myself.
That is so badass, and you made it look like full. Well, man, you're such a badass, dude.
Alrighty. Okay, so at this point, we're going to cut to everyone getting into position. So Cal, Justin, and Roadblock are all going to be up in the skies, kind of circling around in that area, I guess.
Well, stealth mode activated.
Oh yeah, you might want to have that activated.
Yeah, stealth mode. Oh, what? Yeah, no, guys, we're flying stealth. What? Supersonic jet.
Alright. Chris, you're going to be up in the trees watching, and Dennis, you're going to be doing your thing too.
Yeah,
so,
I'll be in a van a few blocks away.
Okay, so Justin, Mike, and Jacob, you are not going to be here for this because you guys are probably, like a couple Ks away or even more than. You guys can get there pretty much instantly, though.
Yeah, we're in the sky.
I would like Chris to make an sensing check and Dennis to make a number of perception checks equal to the number of drones that he has that he has up there. Oh no, tell you what, how many drones do you have up there? And then you get a +1 for each drone. Let's say that, because that's just easier on your electronics warfare check. Let's do that.
Yeah, I think so. Basically, sorry, there's 3 up top, then 1 that's patrolling around my van to make sure that no one comes upon me unawares.
Okay, so roll. So you would get a +3 to your electronic warfare check. Let's say.
Okay.
Yeah, just make it easy so you're not rolling a million trillion dice. And Chris, you making a sensing check, which is which is 10, I think was for you. Yeah, it's 10 dice.
6 hits.
All right, sweet. And Chris, what'd you get? All right, so both of you are kind of watching the top. Chris in a tree as a bird.
Did you catch
Yeah.
him?
kind of Peregrine Falcon, watching out the area itself. You see a couple helicopters come in, go out. It doesn't seem to be her at all. Until one in particular, which you even in the distance, like not super far, but not even touching down yet, Chris can kind of look over there, and it's like this dreadful reddy black aura around that area. And even just looking at it make you feel a little bit sickened just by the magic in that area. And as it kind of comes in, a background count of mana starts to happen. So all magic checks are at a -3 now because of the horrible dark magic in this area. And Dennis, you are easily able to spot from different directions inside the actual helicopter itself. Like, this helicopter is actually pretty top notch. It's even armored type of thing, like, and inside you're able to catch a glimpse of Juliette.
Target on sight. Target on sight.
Right now she's touching down, so I'm guessing at this point everyone on the jet is going to get over there as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'm kind of I like quickly ask Cal. I asked Callum just like, is it worth like trying to blow up the helicopter? Like, will these guns be enough to blow it up, or should I just go for the targets on the ground?
Well, we want one target, so aim all lasers at one target, and then if you want to blow up the helicopter afterwards, go ahead.
So what I'll allow everyone to do, if you guys want to fire on the helicopter, you guys can have a preliminary free fire attack, and then we're going to roll initiative.
I think I with my specific gun that I'm on, I want to wait until Juliette hops out of the helicopter and aim for her.
Sure.
Can I actually, with the sniper rifle target, can I see, like, the pilot or Juliette herself through the window?
Yeah, you can see pretty much everyone. Anyone that you want to fire upon, you can.
Yeah, I think probably I'll take out the pilot because that'll prevent any kind of escape and kind of trap him there, I think. So if I can take
they're
the
not even
pilot
touched
out.
down yet. They're right now flying on in. So anyone that wants to snipe out the pilot, hit the vehicle, can go ahead.
Actually, yeah, no, I just yelled back, how about we take out the propeller?
Yeah. In all seriousness, I don't know why you're waiting for them to hit the ground. Just fucking blow it out of the sky.
Yeah, just take it out, shoot straight through.
I'm going to take my
explode
round.
Yeah.
So like at Calorenz's like suggestion, I just like blast the helicopter. Would it be a ballistic gunnery or just regular?
This is not ballistics. Lasers are not ballistics.
All right, so I get 4 hits.
Okay, so also, Chris, would you like to release a lightning ball kind of preliminary attack, kind of a sneak attack?
Yes,
would you like to do that? All right,
Yes.
sweet. You roll 14 dice, by the way, for that.
I got
Awesome.
6 on my sniper roll.
All right, so everyone just put in the hits that they got from their shots and what they're firing with, please, in the chat.
Well,
So
I
can
can't access the chat at the moment. It's being weird and won't let me access the chat. And would Chris get a -3 from the magic penalty around?
Yeah, she would. Sorry. So yeah, you're only rolling 11 dice. Sorry, Chris.
11 or
11, yeah.
12.
It's
Oh, 11.
11. Yeah, because you only -3. You had 14.
I got 3 hits.
All right, 3. And Dennis got 6. And Justin can't shoot. And Mike can't shoot. All right, so let me calculate some damage. All right.
Would all
So pretty
4
much-
laser rifles go off at the same time?
Oh, yeah. So, a jet comes out of freaking nowhere. And then you just hear a lightning bolt collides into the actual craft itself. A sniper shot shoots straight into the front of the vehicle, kind of slamming into it. The helicopter spins, slams into the large hall. The dust settles, and it's kind of silent. The whole place is a mess. You can hear all the sirens and the alarms going off in the building itself. And then you guys hear an unholy scream. Out from the building itself literally flies a shadowy demon. And inside this shadowy demon, like this thing's probably 2 stories tall or something like that, and then inside it is Juliette, like completely burnt. She seems to have some kind of bullet wound of her face, like it's been ripped in half. Her blood kind of coalescing around her, levitating. And at this point, I want everyone to roll initiative. So rolling initiative, guys, who is not familiar with it?
I got a 15.
I got 26.
So Justin got 26. 15 was Redlock. Cal, what'd you get? 31. And Chris, what'd you get?
10.
Did you get? Yeah, you got 10? Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, you did get it. Sorry, I didn't see it there. All right, so it's her turn first. So the jet right now is just passing and it's nearby. She is going to point out her demonic hand towards the jet and scream and wail louder than you've ever heard. Fire kind of brings in kind of into her hand and fires off a huge firebolt. Mike, your jet's being fired at. Would you like to roll a dodge check?
Yes.
So to dodge with the jet, you have to -5 to your initiative, and then you can actually dodge with it. You make a driving check to dodge. Reaction plus drive.
Okay. There it is. Okay. -5, so that's I drop down to that.
You are a pretty good pilot, I'll give you that much.
And then I roll.
Don't forget your bonus from the Pneumocoke, because that gives you reaction, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, it gives me +1.
Yes, you have 27.
Okay. So yeah, I forgot about that. And then I get one more die. Okay, 6 hits.
All right, I'll roll her check. I forgot to roll it. Okay,
I
so
want to get in.
She screams at me, and then I roll 6 hits to dodge.
all right. The massive fireball slams into the side of the vehicle, and I'm going to roll some armor checks.
There's a lot of armor on this thing.
Yeah, but she's also got a lot of AP.
Yeah.
All right. So one side of the vehicle itself, kind of like where you kind of got the rotors that are made for making a hover, just fucking explodes. One half of the vehicle where the wing is gone. The vehicle itself is now spinning out of control.
I'm not going to
Alright.
be able to fix this thing.
All right. Now it is Mike's turn. You guys can still barely pilot the vehicle.
Okay, so I am going to try to pilot it so that it is facing the guns at her.
Sure, make a pilot check at a -5.
That's fine. I still have dice.
Just has a feature on it.
You can roll edge at it if you want.
Pardon?
You can roll edge at it if you want.
No, I'll go with what I got. 6 hits. 6 out of 6 dice.
Wow, what the fuck? Okay, so with 6 hits, you're able to line this up perfectly. So anyone that's going to be firing from the plane at her, I'm going to give you guys a +2. Alright. Next is Justin.
There's 2 in there. That's good.
So at this point, the plane is on fire, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I got 3.
Draken is going to use this opportunity to repel.
Yeah, I'm bringing the squad out.
Unless,
Want me to drive her then?
I mean, he doesn't know much about planes, and all he knows is he's in the air, and the thing he's on is on fire. So he's going to use his rope and try to make a gymnastics test out of the plane and grapple onto the boat.
Do you want to try to find a parachute, maybe?
Would that require? I mean,
There'd be
Isn't that
pretty
like a
obvious
special
emergency
skill?
parachutes out, like you know how they have near the exits and stuff. There'd be ones there, so I mean that's going to be a lot safer than rappelling down when you're going very
Yeah.
quickly.
Well, how far up in the air are we?
Enough.
Like, how many stories? Because it's, I mean,
You're pretty high. You're not that low.
all right, pretty high. Okay, so high enough that a parachute would be better. All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
going on a line, I don't see how you'd be surviving if you're going really quick.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure. Like, I thought we were like just above the building, but I guess I didn't realize like how tall the building really was.
I mean, you wouldn't want to go too low to the ground when flying aircraft anyway. I mean, you could have been,
true.
but
Yeah. I got you. All right, so we're at least probably at least 1,000 meters up. But
probably about 1,000 feet. Yeah, roughly.
1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely gonna find a parachute and try to get out.
Yeah.
I mean, once that
yeah, go on, Ed. Sorry.
yeah, once that shoots up, then he can start attacking.
All right. So you're just going to jump,
Probably should.
get a shoot, and then jump out.
Yep.
All right. I'm assuming you don't have base jumping as a skill. I think that's actually a skill, but just a general athletics check will do, because it's a stupid skill. So just agility plus
you need
athletics.
diving. You need diving.
Yeah. All right.
But
So
I
just
think
an agility.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, can I use my attribute boost, my adept power to boost my agi? Well,
yeah.
Diving's based on body.
No. What I'm
Oh,
saying
spot.
here is, I'd like him to make a gymnastics check. For diving is the dumbest
Yeah.
fucking skill in this game. He doesn't need it. Gymnastics
all
is
right.
fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm overruling a rule here because I hate that skill. No one takes it. There's no reason to take that skill. Just gymnastics is fine here.
But what if I want to be an Olympic swimmer?
Well, get over
I
it.
got
Just
8
take gymnastics.
hits.
All right. All right. With 8 hits, you're able to do this completely fine. Even though you're winging it completely, you know how to balance your body well enough, and you're using the magic to guide you as you pull out that parachute and make your way down as fast as you can. I'm going to say you're even able to get on top of a roof, so you have an okay line of sight towards her.
All right. Just
Okay,
use
so
my assault rifle.
Yep, and next is Dennis.
So how does this work? How many actions can I take? As far as does it just
Okay,
like
so you can do command checks, which I think is a simple action, or you can take control of a drone and just shoot once with all you. Yeah.
could I let me just present what I wanted to do? I guess to be the easiest thing. Can I like start my van going and leaving the scene and have one of the drones fire? Would
Yes,
that be
but
too
it won't,
complex?
yeah, it will, but it'll be using its active softs, and it will be shooting, not you, if you want to do that.
You've got yourself muted.
I'm a couple blocks away anyway, actually, so I don't need to leave.
No.
So yeah, I'll just take a shot.
All right, with the sniper drone again.
Yeah. Yep.
Sure.
I don't want to get anything too close to her. Okay, that's 4 hits.
All right, with 4 hits, you're able to hit her. What's the damage and the AP?
13 and -4 AP.
All right. You fire off a shot at her, but it seems to actually hit her, but it kind of goes through this weird, strange, spirit demonic shell, slowing down the bullet significantly before it hits her. It doesn't seem to do that much damage at all. But it still hurts her, don't worry. Alrighty, so now it is Roadblock's turn.
All right, so Roadblock's gonna consider jumping out of the plane because it looked pretty easy, and then he just remembers how comfortable these seats are and how awesome the laser guns are, and decides to just fire like all the lasers straight at her, and he's going to use edge for it. I'm going to use edge for that too.
Sure.
Remember, +2 dice
Um,
because I lined you up.
Yeah. So I get 4 hits.
Alrighty. With 4 hits, you hit. -10. Alright, so this time the lasers themselves are on point. You slam into the center of this demonic being where you think Juliette is, incinerating the inside, causing it to catch on fire. A large banshee-like scream can be heard for miles. The demon itself starts to almost fade away and shudder.
Roadblock seeing this is like laughing hilariously, like, "Yeah, gotcha, bitch!"
Alright, and Lily, it's your turn.
Okay, well, Lily's gonna fire another lightning. I guess a lightning ball is all that's really necessary at
Sure.
her.
Roll to
Right.
hit.
Oh man, no hits.
Yeah. Also, she was going to -5 her initiative and try to counterspell, and obviously she succeeded. So you start to cast the spell, and it flies off with lightning, off in a wide direction. Even though the demon's shuddering and the inside is on fire, it just kind of passes off with its hand, and the lightning bolt deviates wildly. All right. Now we go. Everyone minuses their initiative by 10, and if you are above 1, you get to have another turn. It is her turn again. Okay, so on her turn, so there is that jet that's flying at.
Can I spend edge to go first?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm going to spend an edge and get the hell out of her range.
So how are you going to do that?
Fly!
You want to try to fly?
Yep.
Okay.
-5, right?
-5.
3 hits.
Alright. With 3 hits, one side kind of drooping heavily as it's on fire. Where are you heading towards, Karens? Do you want to take Chris's thing and go to the lake?
No, I'm heading back towards where my shelter is. Because
Okay.
I need to get this thing on the ground. Actually, no, I need it in water to stop
It's
the
on fire.
Yeah,
One
no,
half.
let's go to the lake. Yeah, no, she's
Alright,
right.
yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I'm so glad that Drake and parachuted out of that damn death trap.
Yeah. Alright, so you start
That
heading
was
to
like, yep, no, no.
main Shadow Lake. Obviously, by the way, creating a lot of attention.
Right?
Alright. Okie dokie. So now it's her turn. So on her turn, that jet is completely out of there. She is completely and utterly enraged, screaming, and one final loud booming sentence comes out of the demonic mouth. If I die, I'll take everyone with me. And then more mana concentrates on her area. Hey Lily, would you like to try to make a counterspell check? I think Lily does have counterspelling.
Yeah, I believe she does.
Yeah, 11 dice. Do you want to throw 11 dice to try to counterspell this massive spell?
Okay. Okay. Four hits.
Okay, dokie. She gets -4 hits to her check. Okay. So, in a massive 16-meter radius around the demon itself, a huge fiery explosion goes off, incinerating and consuming most of the rest of the building. How close were you to the building, Lily? I think probably. I'm going to say you could have easily been out of that range. You didn't need to be that close.
Right.
Basically consuming the entirety of the building. After the wake of that explosion, the building is nothing but a smoldering mess, and everyone in that area and around it's just destroyed, basically. The whole building's on fire. There's a lot of death. But there's a silence, and the mana in the area begins to deviate from that dark magic and return to the norm. Alright, back to Karen's and the crew, flying towards the lake at 1,000,000 miles an hour, flaming.
How close how close are we to the ground or the lake right now? Is it like too far to parachute or jump out?
You could parachute now. I mean, it's going to be more difficult than what it was like before, but you can definitely do it. It's up to you.
I'm like running to the hole, the giant hole that's currently in the hull, and just like parachuting out.
All right, make me a gymnastics check.
As my gymnastics is worse than my diving, can I make a diving check instead?
Sure, that's fine. If you've actually got diving, make the diving check.
All right, so I get 2 hits.
All right, with 2 hits, you fly out and... Sorry, was it? Yeah. You jump out and immediately, not expecting to, like, how fast this is, opening the chute itself, as soon as you open it, it's like, doesn't take it very well. The chute itself, like, rips to pieces. You're falling at this point, and you're going to be hitting the ground. You don't actually... Basically, just make me a body plus armor check, AP -6, and tell me what you got.
5 hits.
Alright, with 5 hits, you're going to take 11 points of damage as you hit the ground hard.
Would I reduce that damage by 1 from my my platelets?
Yeah, you would, so you take 10.
Alright, cool. I'm still alive.
And yeah, they would actually have inflatables on their mic, don't you worry about that. At least somewhere, I mean, inflatable boats. But Karen still has to survive himself, so Karen's, you're flying towards the water at this point. I want you to make another pilot check, AP -5 again. As you got to try to land in the water.
Yeah, this is a... How does 3 hits sound again?
Alright, with 3 hits, you collide the nose into the water, and then immediately it dips in and flips the plane. Water goes absolutely everywhere as you're sent spiraling down the bay, slamming into nearby jetties. I want you to make also the same body plus armor check, AP -6. As you're colliding, you're like inside, you're slamming into things, and like this whole plane is being ripped to pieces.
AP -6, okay.
Should have given a heads up. We had lots of time to tell
10 hits.
Alright, with 10 hits, you're going to take 10 points of damage.
Okay,
Everything, like, basically you're kind of crumpled and crushed, metal girders and things like that are slamming into your sides, and...
Ow. I'm still up. I swear.
I'm not able to check.
Are you up?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm on my last of my physical track for being up.
Okay. So now at this point, Karen's, you need to get the fuck out of there, and everyone on the jet is very quick, far away from everyone else, and obviously very wounded. I mean, people are like freaking out where Karen's is, and like fire engines are in the distance to get there as fast as possible. Karen's, what are you going to do? Are you going to try to get away? Are you going to... What's the plan?
You can easily do that. Just pull straight back. Easy.
Well, that jet's fucked. I can guarantee no one's flying it anywhere anytime soon.
Yep.
Are you talking to us?
Well, I guess I get out of there, and I'm going to try to
My landings are way better. I know.
go run back.
No, we can.
Yeah, just run away from the scene of the crime.
Alright, maybe a check. You're just going to run? You're not going to try to stealth away?
No, let's try to be stealthy, because nobody's going to expect someone to be alive from a supersonic
They're going to be checking for him. But that's why you stealth. If you just run...
Yeah. So let's get out of there, stealthing away, trying to blend in with everything. So sneaking?
Yeah.
Urban specialization come into factor?
Yep.
I don't know what you're talking about.
-3. 3 hits. Yes.
Oh yeah,
No,
everyone that was in the plane is actually relatively far away from the actual. I mean, you could definitely pick them up, but they're not actually that close because of how fast the jet moves. All right, and you got 3 hits, Karens. All right,
Yeah.
so Karens, you're kind of trying to sneak away, and immediately you can hear the sound of sirens and squad cars pulling up nearby. People like yelling out, the cops kind of, "Stop! Get down! Are you all right? Are you all right?" kind of thing. What the hell happened there? As they shout out to you.
They're shouting at me.
Yeah, they can see you. They're right now telling you, like, they're asking if you're okay. Why are you
Yeah.
running away? Do you need medical attention?
I
What the
just
fuck happened?
I stop and I say I'm okay. I just got hit by a little bit of shrapnel. I'll be fine.
They're coming towards you, dude. They're not letting you go.
Ah, fuck. Well, I'm just going to continue to move away.
Yo, Cole, you have the right.
Like,
They're like,
I don't.
wait, get down. Like, they're just kind of like, what are you doing? Why are you running? You need medical attention. You look severely wounded. What the hell happened there? Why the fuck was that military jet flying in that area? What's going on? And if you're not answering, they pull out their guns at you.
Yeah, no, I freeze and I just go, shit.
Get down to the ground!
Yeah, no, hands visible, stop, drop to my knees, don't lay down, because...
Alright, they restrain you, they take away your comm link, and all that kind of stuff. Take away all your weapons.
Yeah, he's got a pistol on him.
Alright, Karens, your character's just been arrested by the Knight Errant, and he's going to jail.
Yep.
Alright, so the rest of the party. So I'm assuming at this point you guys try to contact each other. You guys aren't able to get in contact with Karens. Probably seeing on the news very quickly the destruction of the bay, assuming he died. Or something like that. I'm guessing someone's going to contact the Johnson.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Lily should do it since she's a shaman.
So my first call is actually to my street dot contact, and I'm like, and I call her and I'm like, Anastasia, man, I'm hurt real bad. You know, then let's just say I've been in some kind of crash that involved a vehicle, and I need some emergency medical assistance. This is like not the first time I've called her about a crash of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, she asks if you can get there yourself or do you need to be picked up.
Like looking around me, can I see any vehicles that would be easily broken into?
I mean, there are street taxis that you can just hire. In terms of breaking into vehicles, you're in the middle of downtown at the moment. No.
Okay, so I just like don't worry, I'll take a taxi and pay them extra not to tell anybody about my extensive injuries, and I'll get him to drop me off, you know, like a block away, and I'll walk there.
All right, sweet. Yeah, Jacob, your character's fine. Dennis is all good. Yep, and you guys are going to contact the Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah. He is incredibly surprised about what happened, not even knowing that Karen's character had a supersonic jet. He is, yeah.
Had.
He's incredibly sorry about the damages, and he owes you a great favor. You do not realize how much you have saved. If she was that strong before the sacrifice, think of what would have happened afterwards. So anyone that has lived on this mission, you guys get a favor from this guy. Basically, any magical assistance you guys need on a mission anytime in the future, you use that favor, he'll do it pretty much 100%. Unless it's something retarded, like fucking kill yourself or something, I don't know. But
Or trying to steal another jet.
or I mean, he'd probably help, but as much as he can.
What was his name again? Did you have a name for him?
No, I didn't have a name. Someone come up with a cool, I don't know, magical Indian name. It's actually Bluey's contact that is doing this. So I'll have to ask Bluey what his name is. I'll ask him.
Okay, that's fine.
What would our connection and loyalty rating be with him?
He is basically just put him as a favor. He's not technically a contact. He'll only do this one thing for you, basically. So it's like a favor. You just have a favor with a dude, and he'll pretty much do any magical assistance he can on that mission for you. And yeah, you guys get your 10 grand. Obviously not compensating Karen there, seeing as he's arrested. But yeah.
So do we get to split his share, or how does that work?
Yeah, guys can split his share. Two 5 extra. By the way, the character's name is Ember. You have a favor from Ember.
Ember. Sweet.
So how much would the taxi plus the street dock cost me?
The street dock himself, I'm going to say just all up, 500. Again.
Awesome.
Alright guys, that was a pretty intense. Sorry for, Cal, we need to get some closure on your character, so there's some closure. We should rename it.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Alright then. Alright. Thanks for playing, guys, and thanks for watching as well. This is Something About Tabletop.